flirt. Usually with boys, to get their attention, because that's the point of flirting. But why flirt? We can't just go up to a boy and be like, me female, you male, let's get mating. No. That's too forward, and guys will go for being bossed around. And everybody knows that you can't just tell a boy you like him because it makes you look like an idiot. There are different tactics to flirting, and I happen to be a master of the girls' flirting guide. For anybody without the knack. Rule number 1, playing with your hair. This lets a boy know that you're more interested in your split ends than you are with him, and that way he'll fight for your attention. Rule number 2, playing with your necklace. This draws attention to the, hands. Be careful with this one, ladies, because if you pull your necklace to the side too hard, the weirdo boys will think that you're into choking, and nobody likes a surprise choke out when they're in the middle of a make-out session. Rule number 3, tilting your head to the side. This lets a boy know that you're stupid. Otherwise, you have an inner ear infection. Either way, you need to be protected either by his personal strength or strong antibiotics. Rule number 4, boasting of your personal achievements. Mine is being the president of the Knitting and Crochet Club can be really stressful sometimes. Somebody's got to knit 1, purl 2 for the children. Now, ladies, you don't want something too amazing that he'll be intimidated by your prowess. You want something just amazing enough that he'll want to marry you and have your babies. And I think of these tactics, and they worked. But I realize that sometimes it just doesn't work. Like the inflection in your voice isn't there, and the boy that you're talking to just up and starts dating your best friend. And by the time that you build up your courage and tell him that you were flirting with him in the first place, it's too late. He's already dumped her, and it would be against girl code to go start dating him. But then he chats you on Facebook, and he's like, hey girl, let's get to the forest and go make out. And you're like, okay. But then she's on the other side, and she's like, oh my god, he dumped me. Will you please just go over to my house and you guys can watch The Notebook? And you're like, yeah girl, you know that I'll be there for you always. But then he's like, oh my god, why didn't I just go out with you in the first place? You're so awesome. And I'm like, yeah. Or I mean, you're like, yeah. And then she's like, oh my god, I hate him so much. And then you're like, oh, I hate him too. And you don't know what to do. You don't know if you want to go with your friend or go make out with him. And this whole situation would have been avoided in the first place if he had known that you were flirting with him. Not like that's happened to me, of course. And so what I've done is that I've created a move to let the boys know that you are most definitely flirting with them. I call it my flirting stance. It goes like this. I usually accompany this with a little wink and a quip like a, hey there, sailor. Attractive. Or, my personal favorite, sexual day out, isn't it? Now, guys, I bet some of you are probably thinking, stupid broad, that would never work on me. She just looks stupid. Really? Really? So you're saying that this won't get you interested in all this? Or at least make you laugh. And ladies, you're probably thinking, I don't want to look like a idiot in front of a boy. Honey, you already look pretty idiotic before going like this. Oh my god, you are so funny. And if a boy doesn't like you because you're smart enough and creative enough to think something like this up, then he isn't worth your time. The Venn diagram for boys who don't like smart girls and boys you don't want to date is a circle. It's the same thing. But wait, have you done this? Has it worked? Obviously, why would I be telling you if I hadn't tried it myself and, it had worked? But I've done all the other stuff before, like it's worked for me. You can do those other things like playing with your hair and your necklace if you're a noob to the world of dating, or honestly just don't know how. But real women have a stance. Look, just do it. I bet you'll have fun, and the guy that you end up going out with is probably really interested in the dorky, adorable type that you know you are. So let's get out there and try some alluring stances.